Welcome to Sitecore Sessions, where Sitecore experts discuss Sitecore. This is episode 4, where our new MVPs discuss how they became MVPs in 2024. Hey everybody, for this episode of Sitecore Sessions, we have the special MVP edition. Sitecore MVPs were just announced this morning, and I'm really excited to have 3 folks from our team who are brand new first-time MVPs on today's Sitecore Sessions. So congratulations, guys. Do you want to just introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Eric Sanner. Been with Perficient for 8 years, and now I can add to my introduction Sitecore MVP. So super excited to be here.
I'm Emily Lord. I am a Sitecore strategy MVP. I'm in Atlanta. I've been with Perficient a little over 10 years and been working with Sitecore for that amount of time as well.
My name is Tiffany Laster. I'm a senior digital strategist here at Perficient and now a Sitecore strategy MVP. Been with Perficient a little bit over 2 years now and located in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Awesome. So becoming an MVP is a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that happens outside of your day job. It's evenings, it's weekends, it's on top of your regular workload. Why did you guys decide this was the year you were really going to go for it? Why was this important to you?
I think seeing other MVPs be part of a really brilliant and talented community, like it's just like a subsection of the Sitecore community that's really dedicated into collaborating, innovating, and sharing ideas and thought leadership. Like there was something inspiring about that and something that I wanted to be a part of. And definitely just having the support from the rest of the team, it's kind of like, why not? Why not go for it? Why not share your thoughts, you know? So I think just being inspired by other MVPs really kind of drove me to it.
Yeah, it was the same for me. This is the first time I've applied. And I don't know if I've just had imposter syndrome for the rest of the 9 years that I've been in the Sitecore community, but it was really the support of everybody at Perficient that encouraged me to apply and helped me and review everything that I put out there before it was published. But yeah, this is the first time I've had the guts.
And Eric, I know you're a really prolific writer and, you do a ton of blogging. So, why was it important to you to, kind of focus on earning this MVP this year?
Yeah, I've been blogging my entire time here at Perficient. I hit my 100th blog last fall. Super excited about that. And I've applied for MVP twice in the past, and I used to just think that writing blogs and putting them out there was a way to become an MVP. And I kind of had given up on it really. And I had several people at Perficient and several other MVPs say, "Oh, well, why aren't you an MVP?" And I'm like, well, I don't know. And so it was really great to have a lot of support from people within Perficient, people outside of Perficient, um, you know, really being able to support and give me that encouragement to just really get out there and be part of the community, which I hadn't done in the past.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, for me, I think that's the most fun part of not just being an MVP, but working with Sitecore is that
Mhm.
community. I mean, over
Yeah,
the years, you develop real friendships with people all over the world, and I really do consider them friends, and they make
correct.
every day a little easier and a lot more fun, you know?
I agree.
Yeah. So what kinds of stuff did you guys do this year? We talked a lot about blogging and that sort of thing, but what other activities did you kind of accomplish this year that you put on your submission?
I did blogs. I actually came up with some ideas this year, which typically I was like, well, I'm willing to blog. I just don't know what I would blog about. So
Mm.
I had some ideas. I would blog about certain Sitecore products. So I put some blogs out there. I did some speaking engagements. I spoke at SugCon, which was awesome.
Mhm.
Did a strategy lunch. So I tried to do a little bit of everything because I figured that would kind of boost my chances of getting
Mhm.
the MVP title. So mix of speaking engagements, blogs. I did organize a SUG this past year, Atlanta Sitecore User Group. That had really fallen off since COVID.
Mhm.
Stephen Tynes and I really wanted to get that back up and running and get that together in person. There are some
Mhm.
SUGs that are virtual, but in person was really important to us. So being a former PM, I really spearheaded that efforts and got that going. So we had
And I
that this
think
past
there's
year.
really something to be said for doing the work to organize opportunities for other people to take the stage. It's one thing for us to
Yeah.
accept an invitation and do the thing, but to like create an avenue for other people to talk about the smart things that they're good at, I think is really important within the community.
And that was really important to me personally because the Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
community is so huge. I mean, a lot of our MVPs are here in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and that is an entire area of opportunities for them to contribute to their own applications that is completely eliminated if
Yeah.
we don't have our SUG. So that
Yeah.
was really important for me.
I really stepped outside my comfort zone and tried to do less blogging. I mean, blogging's great, but really doing speaking engagements like podcasts, webinars, and I also spoke at SugCon. I think it was a bit of a challenge for me. It's not something that I've always been 100% confident in. Like, I love running meetings with clients, but it was just something about kind of stepping in front of other experts and like also sharing your thoughts. So wanted to do that. And I think I did pretty well. I did about like 6 of them, I think, for speaking engagements, and
Mm-hmm.
really plan to kind of hit it heavy again this year doing podcasts. I ended up loving it way more than I
Mm-hmm.
thought I would have. So
Yeah.
it's been fun.
Yeah. Eric, aside from kind of being more involved in the community and doing a lot of writing, did you do any other interesting activities this year? Do you have anything planned for next year?
Yeah, I got connected with Julie Daunt at Sitecore to do some user feedback testing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really fun. I enjoyed that, and I hope to be able to be part of that more this year. I did a presentation at the SUG, the Southeast Europe SUG that was just started this
Oh,
year. That was a
wow.
virtual one. So that was a lot of fun. Um, I think really being involved in the Sitecore lunch was great. And that was a challenge for me really to get involved in that group and be able to speak up and speak out in front of all of these people. And even doing this podcast, for example, it's really
Mm-hmm.
hard for me to be excited and brag about myself. uh you know we're in we're in a group of 247 people this year that got awarded MVPs, and I'm like, oh, kind of what am I doing here sometimes. And um so it is stepping outside of your comfort zone and really just kind of engaging in the community to.
Yeah. And I think that it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like it's hard to get involved. It's hard to interject in the lunches. It's hard to like,
Mhm.
go up and shake someone's hand for the first time. But the more you do that, the easier it gets. You
Right.
know? So and I'm just at first I was, very much in awe of all these MVPs. And yes, they are the most brilliant people that walk the face of the earth. We're one of them. And we need to like be okay with that. And they're just people like us. And we help them out, they help us out, and that's the whole nature of, why there is a Sitecore community. So, did you guys have mentors through either the official Sitecore MVP mentor network that was organized or anything informal? Did you have any good cheerleaders this year? Tiffany, let's
I
start with you.
I had actually a few. So officially Martin Miles was my official Sitecore MVP. He was great. Went above and beyond, made sure I stepped outside my comfort zone, made those introductions, made it a lot easier. I can't thank him enough. But yeah, I had plenty of cheerleaders. I mean, just in this room, in this room. Eric, MJ, Emily, you guys were all like just really pushed me and really supported me throughout this entire process, like reading blogs, giving me feedback, listening to my podcast and making sure I didn't sound too silly or excited or whatever. And we had the entire Perficient team too. We had that MVP
Mhm.
channel where we were all kind of, what are you blogging about? And we'd had those collaboration sessions. And then outside, yeah, I mean, the Sitecore lunches, talking to Jim Patillo and
Mhm.
Sitecore Corey and that whole group. I really appreciate them putting that together. And then of course, Rick Bauer was here at Perficient, went to Sitecore,
Mhm.
and he and I would like Slack, and he would encourage me to continue on. And it was just that community feel again.
Yeah.
Lots of cheerleaders, lots of
Yep.
MVPs and mentors. It's been great.
Yeah. Emily, how about you?
I didn't have an official mentor. I actually didn't know the mentoring program was a thing until like halfway through the year, but I'm glad I know it now. So I had a lot of cheerleaders. I had, I think, every single current MVP at Proficient, 2023
Mhm.
MVP, review something that I put out there before I published it. Stephen Tynes was huge for me. Josh Hover, Martin Miles reviewed my submissions for SubCon. You guys both reviewed blog posts for me, just like making sure that it didn't sound too weird, like Tiffany said. Again, the imposter syndrome creeping in. I'm like, does this sound okay? So just making sure that everything, made sense, was valuable. The Atlanta community has been huge for me and Jim Patillo as well. We were sitting at the bar together at SubCon, and I told him how nervous I was applying, and he was like, well, what are some of your contributions? Let's talk about it. So
Yeah.
I had a lot of cheerleaders in the community and at Perficient as well.
Yeah. Eric, how about you?
Yeah, Josh Hoover was my official MVP mentor through the mentorship program. And everyone mentioned the internal group that we had here at Perficient, which was great. But I also feel like I had tons of other support. You specifically, MJ, Martin Miles, Jim Patillo, and Nicole Montero. She was great. She ran the mentorship program, and we had mentees all had a Slack channel, and so even everyone in that group, we would comment and post about how can we support each other, what are we blogging on, the same thing we kind of did internally. And so I feel like I had the whole community really as my mentor.
And it's kind of funny. There's, 247, I think you said it, around the globe. So there are high standards. It's an elite group, but they're not a gatekeeping group. Like if someone is enthusiastic and willing to do the work, there's not a single person on that MVP list that wouldn't help you by reviewing your work, reviewing submissions. Do you want to do a dry run of a talk? Do you want to clarify something? And so it's always been kind of incredible to me that, and some of these folks work for our competition and, company to company we compete, but individual to individual, we really don't. I don't care where these folks work. I know that they have helped me out. I'll help them out. And we all are just getting better incrementally because we just have the smartest people working together. And I know there's a lot of other companies that have tried to replicate this sense of community with not as much success. So I think Nicole and Tomas really deserve a lot of credit too for really nurturing, cultivating, encouraging kind of the egalitarian nature of the community,
That's what's
So
so amazing to me
uh-huh.
about the MVP community, because I'm in sales. So competition is my job.
Yeah.
And just the fact that we are just so close as a community with these people who work for our competitors, it's incredible to me. I love it.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to this year, or what would you tell aspiring MVPs, to tackle in 2024?
Just do it. Just do the speaking engagement. Just write the blog, just post it, and engage with the community, because you're going to be welcomed with open arms and a feeling that, I don't know, just that you belong with the community. And I'm personally, I'm looking forward to becoming a mentor this year. Like I really want to create that avenue, and it, like similar to what Emily was saying with the Atlanta Stud group, and make sure that we're still growing the program, we're still cultivating that culture, and I want to be a part of that as well.
Yeah. Eric, how about you?
Yeah, I think a lot of the same things. I also would like to be a mentor since I had such a great experience with it. I think to anybody considering it for this year, yeah, just do it, but also have fun. I think that's kind of the most important thing, is to enjoy the process. And it is a lot of work and effort, but I think once you actually get into the routine of it and the habit of being part of the community, I think just really make sure to enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah. Emily, what do you think? What's on
Yeah,
the agenda
same.
for 2024?
Going to continue to put myself out there. Same, just do it. Try. Your ideas are valuable. I'm going to try to continue to come up with that thought leadership, put myself out there, similar to Tiffany and Eric, that you can do it even if you think your role is not a typical Sitecore MVP role. I'm in
Mhm.
sales. I was a project manager before that. Before that, I was a front end developer. So I never thought that I would fit into an MVP category or an MVP role. So I would encourage people to kind of get over that fear and the speed bumps in your mind. And if you have an experience or you have an idea, other people would probably benefit from that. So put yourself out there.
Agreed. Agreed. Well, this is always a fun time of year when the announcements come out, when the congratulatory emails come out, and all the big press release came out, so we can all celebrate. And I just want to specifically congratulate you three. I know the first time is really, really fun. It's third time is fun too, but it's a big accomplishment, and you should all be very proud. And I'm really proud of Perficient for having 9 folks on that list this year. So onward for more homework in 2024, and hopefully we can do this again a year from now. So thanks, guys.
Thanks so much,
Congrats,
everyone.
y'all.
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Bye.
Bye.